that. Now with these niggas, don't love these niggas, bust off these niggas.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl JJ, and I am back with another video. Y'all, I'm coming at y'all with another story time, but before we get into this story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because y'all already know we on our way to 10K. Disclaimer, y'all, that's my AC blowing because it's hot and I'm not trying to, sweat my wig off. But let's get straight into the story. I don't know what I'm gonna title this, so that's gonna be a struggle. But anyways, this is basically gonna be a story about how I went with my homegirls. I ditched school to go with them to go see their boyfriends, and one of the boyfriends' mama tried to run us over. So yeah, y'all. So I'm on my way to school. I get off the bus. As soon as I get off the bus, I see my two homegirls, and I'm like, "Where y'all going?" Cause y'all, school was the opposite way. So I'm like, "Where y'all going?" And they like, "Oh, we about to go see our boyfriends. You want to come?" And I was just like, I do. Y'all, I used to ditch school for the dumbest reasons. I swear, if I was sleepy, hungry, whatever, I would literally ditch school to, yeah. So I was just like, yeah. So in this story time, my best friend, because it was my best friend, her name, we're going to name her, we're going to just call her what I called her. I used to call her Chacha. So Chacha, and then the friend, we're just going to call her Lisa. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll go with y'all. Mind you, it wasn't going to be another dude there for me at all. It was just going to be their two boyfriends and them two. I really don't understand what was my reason of going, but anyways, y'all. So we get on the bus. Mind you, we had to take like 2 buses to get there because they lived in like the next 2 cities over. So we waiting at the bus stop. We just like talking shit. Like, y'all, I swear, like, I thought I saw my mama, and I was so scared because I was like, was that my mama? Like, y'all, it was a car that looked just like my mom's car that passed by. So I got scared, and that was the sign that God was trying to tell me, go to school, but of course, red flag, we don't pay attention to red flags over here. So bus come, y'all, we get on the bus, we just like talking, we just like chopping it up, and I'm just like talking to them. And at this time I probably was going through a breakup because Chacha's boyfriend, I knew Chacha's boyfriend, and in this story time we're gonna call him RJ. So I knew RJ because RJ used to be cool with one of my old best friends, and he used to go to school with my old best friend, and he ended up telling me a situation. Basically, the dude that I was dating at his school was cheating on me. So he ended up telling me that. So me and him was like really locked in. So I really messed with RJ for that. Like, I really like was super cool with him. But Lisa's boyfriend, I didn't really know him like that. Like, I knew of him, but I didn't know him like that at all. So, they just like talking about, like what they gonna do and all this stuff. So I'm just sitting there listening, just like, oh, So, she calls RJ, and she just like, RJ, like we 2 stops away. Like, can you meet us at the bus stop? And he like, all right, bet. Me and, Lisa's boyfriend gonna be on our way. Do he need his name? Do he need a name? Let's just call him Richard. So yeah, so he just was like, all right, me and Richard gonna meet y'all at the bus stop. So they get off the phone. We finally arrived there. They at the bus stop already waiting on us. So we get off the bus, and I know RJ probably was looking like, what is Jamisha doing here? Like, what are you doing here? But I'm just like, what's up, RJ? Like, cause me and him cool. Like, I really mess with RJ. He really told me that at the time was cheating on me. So we was really locked in. We for sure locked in. So yeah, he just like, girl, like, what's up? And so they introduced me. Lisa introduced me to her boyfriend. She like, Jamisha, this is Richard this is Jamisha. So I'm like, oh, like, nice to meet you, Richard. So then we all end up just like walking back to his house. On our way there, I'm just in my mind thinking like, this house look hella familiar. Like, the area we was going in, y'all, it looks so familiar, because I swear I was just like, this looked like the house where my mama used to purchase her from. I'm like, this looks like that house. Like, I've been here before. Like, I know I'm not tripping. Like, I've been to this house before. So we get closer and closer. We get there. So we finally go in, and the room, like, his room was the garage. So he opens up the garage. We go in there. We just like, making ourselves at home. It was a bed and it was couches. So I ended up sitting on the couch. Chacha, she ended up sitting on a bed with BJ, and then Lisa, she's on another couch with Richard. So they just like cupcaking and just like chilling and minding their business, and I'm just just on my phone, just looking up stuff. I'm just on my phone, and then we end up just like talking about stuff. So we having like a deep conversation, like, y'all, we all just having this deep ass conversation, and we just like chilling. So they end up bringing some drink out, but like I told y'all, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything like that in high school, so that didn't apply to me. So, you know, like they passing the bottle around, they drinking, and BJ like, Jamie, you don't drink? And I'm like, nah, like I don't drink. And he was just like, dang, for real? Like, you don't look like the type that don't drink. And I'm looking at him like, well, what type do I look like? Like, what do I look like to you, you know? But of course I didn't say that. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't, you know, like I'm cool. I got a natural high. I used to always tell people I have a natural high because I always felt like I just was happy and jolly, like just naturally. So then, you know, he passing it to Chacha, they drinking. So then Richard ended up sparking up some tree. So, you know, they in there just, you know, blowing down the place. Big chilling. Like, y'all, we just literally just minding our business, playing a little music, like just chilling. Like, we are literally just in our zone, in our vibe. So then Lisa and Richard, you know, like they duck off in the corner and they just like kissing. Like, you know, they were minding their business, just like really just living it up, okay? Like nobody else was there. So I'm staring because, y'all, I have a staring problem. And if I want to stare, I can stare if I want to. So I'm just like looking at them like, so then I'm looking at Richard. I mean, I'm looking at BJ and Chacha like, so is y'all about to get it cracking too? Like, why am I here? So then, yeah, they was just like, we need to go to the store. Like they didn't, you know, they didn't drink, they didn't blew the house down. Like they ready to go to the store and get some stuff. So they like, let's go to the store and get some snacks. Mind you, the store was at the corner, like where the bus stop was at. The bus stop was actually in front of the store. So they was like, let's walk to the store and let's go get some snacks and some stuff. So we was like, all right. So, you know, we like, Lisa, you gonna get up off this man and come with us to the store? So then they was just like, no, like we gonna stay here. So we ended up leaving Lisa and Richard in the room, and then we me Chacha and BJ, we ended up walking to the store. So we walk to the store, we getting the stuff that we want. So y'all, I'm grabbing my snacks because even though, you know, I'm bored, so like if there's some snacks around, then I'm happy. So I'm getting my snacks, they getting their stuff, so we pay for our stuff, we end up walking back. So we end up walking back to the house, and Lisa and Richard didn't want to open the garage. Like they had to open it, and they did not want to open it for nothing in the world. So, you know, we like open the garage, and they like give us like 10 minutes. So we just standing outside in the front, and we just like talking. So we just thinking to ourselves, like, of course everybody was thinking the same thing, like they ain't here getting it in. So yeah, so we just like waiting patiently. So then 15 minutes go by, they finally opened the garage and let us come in. So we go in. Mind you, I don't know why he just didn't go through the house. I don't know. Anyways, so we go in and we just like looking, especially me, because y'all, I'm nosy. So I'm just like looking like, first of all, I want to know where y'all did this at so I know where not to sit. Like, that's first. Second, dang, like y'all couldn't, like y'all nasty. So I ended up sitting back like in the spot that I was at because I felt like that was the safest, because I'm like, I know they probably got it popping on this bed. So y'all, we just back vibing, chilling, you know, talking. And BJ ended up bringing up the fact that him and my ex ended up beefing after that had happened, because when he had told me the situation that, you know, like my ex was cheating on me, he wasn't just like being messy like, oh yeah, he cheating on you. No, it was just like he was on a bus and I was on a bus, and dang, that's another story time. But anyways, he was on a bus with his friend, and his friend was trying to talk to me, and I was like, I'm dating somebody. And then that's when BJ was like, yeah, she messed with such and such. And he was like, what? And his homie started laughing. So when his homie started laughing, I'm like, well, what's funny? Because what's funny? And he was just like, yeah, nah, nothing, it's good. So I'm like pressing like, what's funny? So he ended up basically like, I'm like, tell me. So then that's when BJ ended up saying like, oh, he messed with woo woo. And then that's where I was like, what? So he ended up bringing up that situation on how him and my ex was beefing real bad. Like they had fought and everything. Like he was just like talking about that. And I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. Because don't get me wrong, I didn't flat out tell him like, oh yeah, such and such told me. But I did tell him like, oh, a little birdie told me. And then he put two and two together because both the dudes was friends with him. So then when the other dude, which was BJ friend on the bus, had told him basically like, we saw your girlfriend on a bus. He put 2 and 2 together, and that's how that went. So yeah, they ended up fighting and all of that. So we just sitting there talking about that. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, I didn't flat out tell him, and he was just like, no, it's cool, like, it is what it is. So we just like chopping it up, talking, and yeah. So hours go by because we just in there chilling. So then his mom come in there, and mind you, his mama looked like, I'm not gonna talk about nobody mama, but his mama come in there, and she looked like she faded down. Like, she already looked like she been drinking all day. Like, you could tell she was faded. So she like, why y'all not at school? What y'all in here doing? What? Like, she just like talking, you know. But it was like, it was whatever. We knew she was drunk. So then she ended up leaving out. So when she ended up leaving out, I want to say like 30 minutes later, she ended up coming back in. So when she came back in there, she was cool. Like, y'all, she was actually chilling. Like, she wasn't even like being weird or nothing. So, you know, we still like having our little conversations. And then she ended up leaving out again. Mind you, when she came in, she wasn't saying nothing. Like, she was just like watching us, like just like looking at us. And like, I would like look up at her, but we always like pretty much like in our phones, you know. But we was conversating, but we was in our phones. So my best friend, she's like laid on the bed, but at the end of the bed, and BJ is like at the top of the bed, and the couch is like right there. So I'm next to her, but I'm on the couch. So I'm just sitting up like this. So the third time she comes in, and she like, I said, why y'all not at school? What y'all in here doing? Right? So she's just like talking, and she just like start just like talking shit. Like, at this point, I'm like, okay, she must be really, really, really faded. Mind you, let me just describe y'all my best friend so y'all can kind of understand. So my best friend was just so brown skin. She had like the perfect just brown skin. She had, you know, soft hair, and she would wear it to the side, like a little swoop to the side, and a little curly ponytail, and it was like super long. And you know, like she had a nice shape on her. She was thick, like had a nice hourglass shape. Like, she was so pretty, like so fucking pretty. Yeah. So when she came back in there, she was just like, and why y'all girls not at school? Like, what y'all girls doing over here? Y'all mamas know y'all over here? And we were just like, no, like, you know, like, we just, you know, we didn't go to school today. We wasn't feeling good. Because it's like, girl, we gonna tell you whatever. It's not like you gonna know. So we like, no, we just like, we wasn't feeling good. And then we, you know, we just like came over to hang out. And she was just like, oh, so my best friend, Chacha, she was in her phone, and she kind of like did like, you know, like she made a face like that, like, but in her phone, not towards her, but it was because of something she was looking at, or a text message she had got. I don't know. Like, I don't know if BJ was texting her or what, but she kind of like looked at the phone, like, you know, like did like this. I don't know why, but that set his mama off. Do y'all hear me? That made his mama so mad. Mind you, she was bald-headed. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. She was bald-headed. She was. So I figured, like, girl, you mad because she's pretty with all this like soft hair? Like, what was it? So she just turned up, and she was like, bitch, who the fuck you looking at like that? Y'all, when I tell you, like, I sat all the way up, like, hold on, like, wait, what's going on? Like, what happened? Mind you, I'm looking at my best friend, because I'm looking at her when the mama came in there saying something. Like, I'm looking, she's right here in front of me. So she like, yeah, who you looking at? Oh, you think you cute? Oh, you think you pretty because you got that good hair? You think, like, she just like going off on her, but she's saying things about her where it's like, Miss Ma'am, you're a grown woman. This is a child, and you're sitting here saying things about her. Like, she does have nice soft hair. She is pretty brown skin. She does have a nice, like, you're pointing out the things that you sound like you're upset about. Like, you sound like you mad about these things. And like, y'all, she was like trying to go in, and we were just sitting there because it's like, this is a grown woman. But in my mind, I'm like, damn, I can't even call my mama. Like, I can't even tell my mama, because what I'm gonna tell my mama? That I ditched school and went to some boy's house and their mama is cussing us out. So I'm just like, fuck, like, we can't jump her. We can't do anything. Like, we literally just like sitting here. Mind you, BJ ain't saying nothing. Richard was kind of like, auntie, like, it's auntie, like, calm down, auntie, like, it's cool. Like, you know, like, he kind of got up and was like trying to like hug her, like, auntie, it's good, like, calm down, it's good. And she was like, no, like, she kind of like pushed him, like, no, who this little think she is? Who she think she is? You in my house. Who you looking at like that? Like, she was like really just going in. And at that moment, I really felt like, damn, like, I can't even, mind you, I was the best friend that always protected my best friend, but I feel like I can't even protect my best friend right now. Like, I feel so bad. So we're just sitting there confused. Like we literally probably look like the Three Stooges because we was just sitting there so confused. So, you know, like my best friend didn't say nothing. Lisa didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And I'm just like, what the hell? So then she ended up leaving. So when she ended up leaving out, BJ was like, I'm sorry, my mama drunk, like I'm so sorry, like oh my God. And I was like, we gotta go. And Lisa was like, yeah, we do. And Chacha was like, yeah, I'm gonna see you later, BJ, because your mama is tripping. Like she really just turned up on me for no reason. Like what's up with her? Like, you know? And he was just like, I'm sorry, no, don't leave. She just gonna go in her room. Like eventually she just gonna pass out. Like, don't leave. And I'm like, yeah, no, we finna go. So y'all, I'm grabbing my backpack. Like, if y'all not leaving, I am, okay? I got my bus pass and it's still good. Like, I'm up out of here. So I'm grabbing my backpack and I'm just like, hell no, I'm grabbing all my snacks and my trash, you know, so I can put my stuff in the trash and stuff. So, you know, we getting ready to leave. So BJ is just like, okay, well, you know, like I'm gonna just stay here. Just, you know, like he was mad. You could tell he was mad. So he ended up giving her a hug, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, dang, honestly, if that was my boyfriend, I probably would have broke up with him, because it's like you didn't even try to stop your mama. Like you didn't even try to say, Ma, like it's good. Like, you know, like you didn't do anything. Like you just sat there and let her cuss your girlfriend out. So, you know, we get all our stuff and we leaving. So we're walking down the street. We up out the house and I'm like, y'all, what just happened? Like what was what? Like we just sitting there talking about, we like, what the hell? I'm like, oh my God. And I'm telling them, I'm like, y'all, I feel like this is the house that my mama used to come to. I'm like, my mama probably know her. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna tell my mama, but I'm gonna have to tell my mama about this, but in a way where it's like I can't tell her that we ditched school, you know, like I gotta tell her something else. I don't know how I'm gonna make it up, but I gotta tell my mama. I'm like, because my mama is gonna beat the hell out this lady. I said, this lady literally just cussed us out, and that's a grown woman. So we just talking about it, and we like irritated, but we like low-key laughing about it, but it wasn't funny at all. It wasn't funny at all. So we halfway down the street, right? Next thing you know, she come flying in her bucket. I don't know if it was an Explorer. I think it was like an Explorer. She come flying down the street, right? Flying. And when I say flying, all you see is like her like hitting the like you know how you flying and you going over the dips and you jumping up. Like she's like jumping up, and we see Richard in the car with her. So we like, what the hell? So when she got close, why she tried to run us over? This woman tried to run us over. We started running. Like when I tell you we started running so fast, like we started running so fast to the bus stop. Y'all don't understand. Like we just like took off running so fast. So she does a U-turn and try to come again and try to run us over again. And we like, oh my God, like we're yelling and screaming because we like, what the hell? Like this woman is crazy. So we finally make it like by the bus stop, but we end up going like on the side of the store because I told y'all the bus stop was in front of the store. We end up going on the side of the store like in some business because I'm like, the bus don't come, like the bus it's gonna take like about like 15 minutes until the next bus comes. So we gotta kind of like, you feel me, like hide out a little bit. So when we ran, like we out of breath, and I'm just like, oh my God, this woman just tried to run us over. So Chacha calls BJ like, your mama just tried to run us over. And he like, what? Like, what do you mean? And she was like, your crazy ass mama just tried to run us over. I'ma tell my mama. And da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just sitting there with the craziest look on my face because I'm just like, no, this woman didn't. My heart is beating up out my chest at this point because I'm just like, what the hell? Lisa ended up calling Richard. Richard didn't answer. She called him again. She like, what's up with your auntie? Like, why are you in the car with her while she's trying to run us over? He like, man, she drunk. He was like, I got in the car with her because she was saying like, I'm about to go unalive them little bitches. He was like, so I jumped in the car with her because, you know, like, I wasn't finna let that happen. So she was like, hell no, like, she's crazy. Like, we about to call the po-po. Like, this woman is crazy as hell. So we like hiding out in the business. So we scared. Like we are terrified because it's like, this is a grown woman. Like if this was a teenager, you know, somebody our age, of course we would have did what we had to do to protect ourselves. But it's like, this is a grown, drunken, belligerent, out of this world, crazy, psychotic woman. So we like, oh my God. So the bus come, y'all. When I tell you, when that bus came, we ran, jumped on that bus so goddamn fast. And we sit on a bus, and I'm like, hell no. So I'm still looking around because y'all, I'm scared. I'm like, this woman probably could be waiting for us or something. Like, what was up with her? All because my best friend looked at her phone. She didn't, mind you, it wasn't even no crazy, like she didn't look at her like, girl, what? Like, she didn't do nothing. She just like kind of looked at her phone like, you know? But when I tell you we was on that bus, like, what the hell? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I should have took my ass to school. I should have took my ass to school. Why I didn't go to school? Like, I'm just sitting there like, man, every time I do something with somebody, it's always something. Like, it's always something. I should be in school learning. So, y'all, we get back to school because, you know, by this time it's lunchtime. And I'm telling everybody, like, yeah, we went to Chacha and Lisa's boyfriend's house, and the mama tried to run us over. I'm just like telling my homegirls, like, yeah. And I'm just like, I can't believe this man mama really tried to run us over. Like, at this time I didn't drink, so I'm just like, I don't know what kind of alcohol she was drinking, but she need to stay away from that because she really was crazy. So I'm just like telling people, and everybody like, what? Like, girl, what? That's why you need to be at school. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you know what? It's gonna be a very long time until I start ditching again, because ain't no way this woman really tried to run us over Chacha looking at her phone. And everybody was just like, y'all, like, are you sure that's what it was? I'm like, yes. Like, I was sitting there watching her. She did nothing wrong. Like, she didn't do nothing out of the ordinary. She, like, you know, like, she just looked at her phone, like, shocked, like, not mad or not upset or anything. Like, she just literally legit looked at her phone, like, shocked, you know. But I don't know, I think, honestly, I really think that woman just was hating on her, like, because I was like, hell no. Like, I'm telling everybody, like, ain't no way. Like, Chacha was just she was just so bomb. Like, she was just really cute. So I'm just like, there's no way. And Lisa, we don't need to talk about Lisa. Lisa wasn't, you know, and me at the time, I'm not gonna say I was raggedy. I was fly, but I was just minding my business. So I guess because I wasn't sitting up under no boy, she didn't feel no type of way towards me. But I don't know, maybe she felt some type of way because that was her son. Like, because we was coming up with all type of scenarios, like, was it because you was there for her son and she, you know, like, don't want girls, like, talking to her son? Like, we trying to come up with the craziest things because we, like, it does not make sense as to why she got so mad. Like, first you come in here, you say something, but you drunk, but you chilling, you know, like, it's cool. Second time you come in, you chilling, you just, like, you know, watching us pretty much. But the third time, it's like you just got, like, fed up. Like, I don't know, maybe you kept coming in and she was just looking prettier and prettier to you or something, and you just got mad. I don't know, y'all. It was just so crazy because she really was just like mad. Like, I ain't never seen somebody just so mad at some kids like that. It was crazy as hell. But I don't know. To me, I felt like she just didn't want nobody with her son. Or, I don't know. Y'all know some of these mamas be out here a little strange. Some of these family members be a little different. So we was just coming up with all type of crazy stuff. Because I'm just like, ain't no way. There's no way, Miss Ma'am. Like, it's one thing to cuss some kids out, but to try to run them over is insane. Like, lady, there's no reason that you this mad. Like, you ain't mad at us. You mad at somebody else, Miss Ma'am. So, yeah, I was just like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It took a minute. Like, it took a minute for me to want to ditch school again because I was like, hell no. Like, and I most definitely wasn't going up over there ever again. But yeah, y'all, that was literally the craziest situation ever. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. And what's so crazy is I ended up telling my mom, but I told her way later. Like, I told her like I told her a long time from then, but I was just like, yeah, mama. And I was telling her, I'm like, you remember that house that you took us to? Like, you, because it was the people, it was her friend. Like, they was her friend, but they also, you know, sold the stuff that she liked. So, you know, when she had bought her trees from them, I was like, remember that house? And I was describing to her that house. I'm like, it's in this city. I'm like, it's over here. And she was like, yeah. I was like, man, I don't know if he got, like, I'm telling her, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know, but I knew her son. I'm like, and we went over there one time and she tried to run us over. And my mama like, what you mean? So I'm explaining to my mama everything that happened. And she like, hold on, what you talking about? So I'm like, yeah, it was a lady. And I described the lady. She like, okay, yeah, I know who that is. So I told my mama, and she ended up calling her. And she ended up telling her like, yeah, so my daughter is telling me basically like you tried to run them over, her and her friends over. So the lady was just like, oh yeah, like she ended up like talking about it, like saying like, yeah, I wasn't, I was just trying to scare them because, like they was ditching school, and like she really tried to make it seem like she wasn't trying to run us over, like she was just trying to scare us and whatnot. So my mama like, yeah, hell no, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, don't you ever like, come on now, like don't you ever try to act like you finna run over no kids. Like that's weird as fuck. So they ended up talking about it. My mama didn't go over there and fight her, but she should have. But she didn't go over there and fight her, but she was just like talking to the lady, and the lady was just like, like I apologize, and like it wasn't like that. I'm just like, bitch, it was like that. It most definitely was like that. Like, stop fucking lying. She ended up just telling my mom like, yeah, I'm sorry, T, like it wasn't like that. It was the friend, like it wasn't necessarily your daughter, it was just a friend. The friend was like looking at me crazy because I asked them why they wasn't at school, and then my mom was like, oh, they wasn't at school. So I'm just like, she lying. Like, yo, I was like, she lying, mama. Like, that was not a school day. I'm like, mama, that was the weekend. That was not a school day. I was like, she was drunk, so she don't know. So, like my mom ended up talking to her or whatnot, they got cleared up or whatever. But yeah, that was pretty much like what happened. I wanted my mama to beat her up so bad, but BJ, he apologized to us. He was just like, I'm sorry, like I didn't think she was gonna do that, like I apologize. Like he did apologize to that, but it was like, still, your mama crazy. Why you inviting people to your house? Invite people when your mama's somewhere else. Don't invite people when your mama is crazy and she gonna be hating on some young girls. So what's so crazy is some years later, me and Richard ended up talking. And I know y'all probably like, well, that was your friend's boyfriend. Yeah, but me and Lisa wasn't cool like that. Like, me and Lisa was cool, but we wasn't best friends. Like, we wasn't friends. But, yeah. So, he ended up hitting me up. And it's crazy because I still have the messages. I might put the messages in, but it was like years later when he was doing way better in life. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, at that time, he was dirty. I ain't gonna lie. He had a hoodie on. He just was dirty. Like, just dirty shoes, dirty clothes. Like, everybody called him dirty. But, life turned around for him, and he ended up basically working with a famous rapper. I don't need to say the name, but he ended up working with a famous rapper, and he just like was on ever since. So maybe like a year after I had that situation had happened, he ended up like making money, and he like literally been doing good in life since. So he had hit me up some years ago, and he was just like, I don't know why, but you look hella familiar. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, you don't remember when BJ mama tried to run us over? He was like, yeah, so yo, that's the messages. I might put the messages in. But we ended up like talking, and we ended up linking up. And yeah, like we was really cool. Like we talked about that situation, and he did like me, but I just felt like I didn't fit in with his lifestyle. Like, I know I was judging a book by its cover, but it's just, I see you in a club, I see you with famous people, I see you around bad B words, bad females, like beautiful women. And I just felt like, it's not that I was insecure, but I just felt like, yeah, no, I don't fit into this lifestyle. Like, I don't think that I don't think that I'm your type. And I was saying that to him, like, yeah, I don't think I'm your type. And he just like, what you mean? Like, how you gonna tell me what's my type? But I don't know. I just didn't want to get my heart broke. I was already going through something already. So it's just like, if I can avoid getting my heart broke, then I'm going to avoid it. So, we chilled, we talked, and it was cool and all. But I was just like, I don't know about him. Like, don't get me wrong. He fine. He was okay back then, but he still has the same face, but he just, I don't know. I guess without him with a hoodie on, he just you could see more of him, but he's very handsome. I will say that. But yeah, we just end up just like being really good friends. And then at this time, that's when I lived in the Bay. So then when I moved to LA, we actually did link up again. And that was some years ago. We actually did link up again. And we just like talked about stuff. Like, we always would be talking about the same stuff because it would be funny. Like, it really would be funny. Like, we can honestly look back on that situation and laugh about it, even though wasn't nothing funny. Like, it wasn't funny, but it's like now, like we could talk about it and laugh about it. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much the ending of this story time. The one thing I can say is don't be ditching school. Okay, to the young people out there, don't ditch school, because you just never know what might happen. It's all the times that I ditched school, something bad happened a lot of the times. So I feel like that was God telling me, go back to school, because why are you here? Why are you not learning at school? But that most definitely was a life learning lesson. don't be leaving school to go do anything, because it's also dangerous. Anything could happen. Like, what if she did run us over? Like, what if she did hit us with this car? What if she would have attacked us? It's like, like, it's no point in leaving school to go do anything. Go to school, go learn, get your education, okay? Because yeah, that could have been the ending, and I wouldn't be here to tell y'all that story. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much the ending of this story time. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all. Bye.